The story begins with a car mechanic named Gray, who is repairing a car in his garage. This car belongs to one of his regular customers, and today he had to return this car to his customer. When Gray closes the garage and leaves to leave this car with its owner, then his wife, Asha, arrives there in her AI automatic car. The automatic car that Asha had was very advanced. This car would take a person to his location just on a voice message, without holding the steering wheel. But Gray does not like AI technology at all. He believed that these robotic machines will become a big threat to humans in the future. But on the other hand, Gray's wife, Asha, works in a very big AI company. There was a huge difference in the thinking of both of them, but still, both of them loved each other very much. Gray says to his wife, Asha, "Come, today I will introduce you to someone. I have a regular customer whose car I have repaired, and now I have to return his car to him." Asha initially refuses to go there, but on Gray's repeated insistence, she agrees to go there. But Gray does not know that by taking Asha there, he is making the biggest mistake of his life. After that, both of them sit in the same customer's car and leave for his house. And Asha's automatic car is also following them so that when Gray hands over the car to his customer, they can return home in their automatic car. On reaching there, Gray introduces his wife to a man named Aaron. Then Gray's wife is quite surprised to see him because Aaron was the owner of a very big tech company. His company used to make AI automatic things. Here, Asha says to her husband Gray, "Why did you not tell me earlier that you were bringing me to meet Aaron?" Actually, Aaron was Gray's regular customer, but here we see that Aaron's nature was a bit strange. He did not even know how to meet someone. Asha tells Aaron that I also work in an AI tech company, which will soon be at part with your company, on which Aaron says smilingly that this can never happen. "Come, I will show you why." And then Aaron took both of them to his lab. There, Aaron showed his special chip made by him, which was an AI, i.e. artificial intelligence chip, and he named that chip STEM. He tells that this chip can do anything because it has a lot of powers and no one has made a brain faster than this till date. After seeing this invention, Gray and his wife are going back home in their electric car. The car was on automatic mode. Asha and Gray were busy romancing in the backseat of the car. But then, suddenly, their car deviates from its path and starts moving on another path. Gray notices that the car is not going where it should go. Then Gray's wife asks her car to go back home, but the car says that there's some problem in the system. Gray tries to stop the car by manually pressing the brakes, due to which the car does not stop, but its speed increases even more. Both of them try hard to stop the car, but they are unable to stop the car, due to which their car collides with the speed breaker and overturns. Luckily, both of them do not get much injured in this accident, and both of them survive. These people are trying to get out of the car when a car stops there, from which 4 people come out, and they take both of them out of the car and catch them. At the same place, a police drone camera is also shooting everything from above, which was trying to identify those 4 people, but the drone is unable to identify them. Here, Gray feels that maybe these people are thieves. He tells those people that please leave us, and in return, you can take our car, money, everything. But they don't listen to Gray, and one of them shoots Gray's wife. Seeing this, Gray becomes completely numb. Gray's world is destroyed in front of his eyes. He starts screaming loudly. After that, these people catch Gray and first beat him up, and then they shoot Gray in the back of the neck. These people steal all the belongings of Gray and Asha and leave from there. Gray was still breathing, and he was seeing his wife writhing in pain in front of his eyes. But Gray was unable to do anything because no part of his body was moving. And then his wife dies in front of Gray's eyes. After some time, the police arrived there. They sent Asha's body for postmortem and admitted Gray to the hospital. After 3 months of treatment in the hospital, Gray's life was saved, but now he was not able to walk. His spinal cord broke due to the bullet below the neck. His entire body below the shoulders became paralyzed. And then, after 3 months, Gray is brought back home, and here, Gray is on a wheelchair because his entire body was lifeless except his head. Now, Gray could not do any work. That is why there was a robot machine at his home to do all his work, and his mother was taking care of him. But life had become a burden for Gray now. Those 4 killers not only killed his wife, but also ruined his life. He was burning in the fire of revenge. Gray had only one hope left with which he was living. He wanted to see his wife's killers behind the bars of the jail as soon as possible. That is why he goes to the police station. At the police station, Gray asks them about his wife's killers. Then the detective says that none of them has been found yet. Our police drone camera was present there, but the footage was blurred, due to which the killers could not be found, and the police is now doing further investigation. We will find them very soon. Then Gray gets very disappointed on hearing this, because for a long time, Gray had been hearing from the police that we are investigating. Now Gray had completely lost courage, and he did not want to live like this. Because his hope of seeing his wife's murderers behind the prison bars seemed unfulfilled, Gray understood that the police will never be able to catch those 4 murderers. That is why now he started thinking of killing himself. Gray takes an overdose of medicine with the help of the robot machine present there, due to which he became unconscious. The good thing was that the AI system installed at his house called the ambulance on time, which saved Gray's life. And here, his same regular customer, Aaron, comes to meet Gray. He tells Gray that, "I feel very bad to see you in this condition." Aaron gives Gray hope to live by standing on his feet again, and says, "Gray, do you remember I once showed you a powerful AI chip? If I put it inside your body, you will be able to walk again. Along with that, you will also become very powerful." But Gray refuses Aaron's offer. Gray says that, "Now I don't want to live this life." Then Aaron tells him to thank Gray. "This chip cannot bring your wife back to life, but it can give you a chance to live once again. If your wife was alive, she would have wanted the same." This thing touched Gray's mind. He started thinking that if I get cured, I will be able to take revenge for my wife. That is why he agrees to err. Now, here we come to know that Aaron had no sympathy for Gray. He had come to Gray only for his own purpose, because he wanted to insert his AI chip in anyone's body. He wanted to check whether his invention was successful or not. That is why Aaron wants to put the chip in Gray's body and experiment secretly, because the government does not allow such experiments. In the next scene, we see that Aaron is experimenting on Gray's body in his house. Here, the chip is implanted in Gray's spinal cord. That chip is directly connected to Gray's brain. When Gray regains consciousness a few hours after the operation, the doctor tries to move his hands and feet and checks whether Gray is able to feel his hands and feet now or not. Then, seeing Gray's condition, they understand that the chip did not affect Gray's body. Aaron becomes very disappointed because his hard work of so many years had gone to waste.
But then Gray starts moving his hands. Seeing this, they are surprised, and now Gray was able to move both his hands, and then Gray stands on both his feet in no time. Gray becomes very happy to see himself getting cured. Now he started feeling more powerful than before. Aaron also becomes very happy to see his experiment being successful. Then here, Aaron makes Gray sign a contract in which he will not tell anyone that he can walk, and he will have to remain paralyzed in everyone's eyes. Because if the government comes to know that Gray is able to walk again through the chip, then Aaron will be arrested, and that chip will be removed from Gray's body, because it is illegal to inject that chip into someone's body. After that, Gray comes home sitting on his wheelchair. Here he comes to know that a package has come for him from the detective, which contained the post-mortem report of Gray's wife and some information related to his case. Gray started watching the footage recorded by the police drone that day, but the footage was not clear. Therefore, Gray could not get any information about the killers. He started drinking in despair. Then suddenly a voice came from him. "Did you notice one thing in the footage?" Hearing this voice, Gray started looking here and there, but he could not see anyone. Gray said in panic, "Who is it? Come in front." Then the voice came again. "Calm down, Gray. I am that AI chip inside you, the same system that is running your body." Here, Gray thinks that maybe he has gone mad, to which the chip says, "No, Gray, you have not gone mad. I am with you since the day of the operation. Whatever you can see, I can also see it." To which Gray asked, "Can anyone else hear you?" The chip replied, "No, only you can hear me." Here, the chip tries to help Gray, so that with the help of the drone, Gray can find out who were the people who killed his wife. Along with Gray, Chip was also able to see everything that Gray could see with his eyes. Chip draws Gray's attention towards a killer in the footage and says, "Look, Gray, one of these 4 has a tattoo on his body." But this tattoo was not visible clearly at all, so Gray said, "It is too blurred, I cannot see it." To which Chip says, "You cannot see it, but I can. I can make a clear image of this tattoo. You just pick up a paper and pencil." After Gray picks up the paper and pencil, Chip makes the same perfect tattoo with the help of Gray's hand. And when Gray looks at that tattoo, he finds out that it is a military tattoo. After doing research, Gray finds out about the man with that tattoo. Gray is surprised that Chip gave the tattoo and address of the killer in just a few minutes, whereas the police could not find those killers even after investigating for many months. Gray becomes very happy because he has come to know about one of his wife's killers. Then Gray thinks of informing the police about him. But here, Chip stops Gray from doing so. She reminds him that Aaron had forbidden you from doing all this. You forgot that you had signed a contract with Aaron that you will never reveal to people that you can walk. And if you tell the police about this killer, then the police will ask you, how did you come to know about these killers and how did you get this tattoo? Gray asks Chip, then you tell me, what should I do now? Chip tells Gray to first go to that man's address himself and collect evidence against him. That's why Gray himself reaches there. But there were police drones there. That's why Gray remains sitting on his wheelchair in front of those drones. And when the drones leave from there, Gray secretly stands up from there and goes towards the killer's house. He opens the door of the killer's house and goes inside. There, he starts looking for evidence. And here, Gray finds out that someone has sent a lot of messages to the killer. The chip inside Gray reads those messages within a few seconds. The chip tells Gray that in these messages, a place named Old Bone has been mentioned repeatedly. Do you know anything about it? Gray said, yes, this is the name of a bar near our house. In the middle of this conversation, Gray hears the sound of someone coming. Actually, the killer was there who had returned. The killer sees that all the stuff on his table is scattered.
Then the killer sees Gray from the mirror in front. He immediately attacks Gray and asks him, "How did you find me?" Then Gray does not answer this, and Gray asks the killer, "Tell me, who killed my wife?" That killer was very powerful. That is why he starts overpowering Gray. Before he could kill Gray, the chip inside Gray asks Gray to give him full control of his body so that he can do something. After which, Gray gives him permission without thinking. After getting the permission, Gray immediately attacks the killer and starts beating him very badly. That killer also gets worried that how did he suddenly get so much power, and Gray also starts thinking that how did he become so powerful. Here, Gray asks the killer to surrender himself, but the killer attacks him with a knife, so the chip handles the whole situation and kills the killer. And then that chip gives the body control back to Gray after killing the killer. Gray gets very upset seeing this because he did not want to kill the killer. He thought that now he is sure to go to jail. That chip tells Gray that, "Don't worry, Gray, nothing will happen to you. Just quickly erase all your fingerprints here." Now Gray does exactly as that chip says. After some time, the police took that man's body for post-mortem, where we can see that detective. During the postmortem, the detective came to know that there was a weapon inserted inside his body, and along with that, there were small wires in his whole body. That means that killer was an upgraded person who is much more powerful than any common man. On the other hand, Aaron gets very angry at Gray. "Why did you kill that killer? This work was very risky. If you were caught, I would also have gone to jail with you. I did not insert this chip inside you so that you could take revenge for your wife. And if you do something like this again, I will deactivate this chip inside you, after which you will become paralyzed again." Here, the detective is also trying to find out who killed that man. Then the detective comes to know that at the time when that killer was murdered, a little before that, Gray was roaming in the same area on his wheelchair, after which the detective comes directly to Gray's house. The detective tells Gray that, "We have seen you in that area at the time when that man named Sark was murdered. We already suspected that man that he must have killed your wife because we have a very big criminal record of his, and he lives in the same area where your wife was killed. And now yesterday, the same man has been murdered." Then Gray gets surprised and says, "Oh, okay, but if you are thinking that I killed him, then you are wrong, because you can see that I am paralyzed. And if you still don't believe me, then you can stab me in the leg and see." The detective also does not doubt Gray because she thinks that if he cannot handle himself, then how will he be able to kill someone? That is why she says bye to Gray and leaves from there. After the detective leaves, Gray relaxes and breathes because his life was saved. After this, Gray asks Chip what to do next. So Chip tells Gray to go to the Old Bone bar. Chip says, "Remember we were told about this bar many times in the messages from the killer's house? We should go there, maybe you will get some clue there." After this, we see that Gray goes to the same bar. This bar was very dangerous. All the goons were sitting there. Gray comes here and says in a loud voice, "I have killed a man named Sark a few days ago, but I know that there were 3 more people with him, those who killed my wife. If anyone was involved in this murder with Sark, then he should raise his hand." Hearing this, everyone laughs at Gray. Then a tall man named Tolan got up and said to Gray, "Go home, child, or else I will take you to your wife too." Gray understood that Tolan was also involved in killing my wife. Gray replies, "You know, before dying, Sark was also saying the same thing like you." Hearing this, Tolan got very angry. He takes Gray alone with his men and lifts him from the wheelchair and throws him on the ground. Then Gray asks him, "Were you also involved there with those people who killed my wife?" So Tolan says, "Yes, I was also among them." After hearing this, Gray gives the control of his entire body to the chip, after which Gray kills 2 men near him with the help of the chip and then starts beating Tolan badly. Gray throws Tolan down on the ground and asks him, "Where are your 2 other companions and why did you kill my wife?" But instead of getting scared, Tolan was laughing. He does not tell anything to Gray. Then the chip tells Gray that, "If you want, I can easily open his mouth." Gray says, "Why not? You just try." The chip completely